Hey guys, welcome back to Buckner Gaming Channel, and today for our weapon conversion series we're going to be covering the M14 EBR or Enhanced Battle Rifle Mod 0. So what we're going to be doing is turning the M14 or the EBR-14 as it's incorrectly called into the actual MK14 EBR Mod 0. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We'll take it in game, check out the recoil with the new attachments, and then see how it performs in game with bots. So here we have our final design, so let's strip this down, and now we have the M14. So this is actually a different rifle. It's called the EBR-14 incorrectly. This is an M14. So the EBR version we can create out of this. So what we'll do first is we're going to skip the muzzle. We're going to go for the barrel. So by default we have an 18-inch barrel, which is actually wrong for the M14. The M14 by standard has a 22-inch barrel. So what we're going to be doing is going with the Forged Tech Elite. Since by default it is a 18-inch barrel, you can stay with the default barrel here, but for the heck of it, we're going to go with the Forged Tech Elite. This is only going to increase our ADS speed, which is going to help us out. The cons are the bullet velocity, but it's not going to give us, you can see there in the stats, we're not going to take that big of a hit with the range, so I think we can take it. So we'll do that. Skip out the laser. The optic for this one, again, you could do a sniper scope. I like the variable zoom. Being an EBR, this is more of a designated marksman rifle, so we don't need that high sniper scope 7x zoom that it comes with. So the variable zoom is going to allow us to have a 3.5 and also an 8 zoom, so we can toggle between a medium range, even a close if you wanted 3.5, all the way to greater than a sniper scope zoom that we would get with this rifle with that 8 times. So the pros for this, zoom level, and then obviously the magnification toggle. The cons are going to be the ADS speed, which you're going to get with any sight that you go with regardless, but this is the one we want. Now the stock is the key attachment here. So the key attachment, we want the FSS Raider Chassis Elite. So this is going to give us that MK14 EBR stock that we want. So what this is going to do, the pros are the ADS speed, aim walking movement speed, and sprinter fire speed. Our cons are aim stability and aim walking steadiness, which is okay. Again, we don't take that big of a hit, and we're kind of mitigating it elsewhere. So this is the stock we want versus, I think we did the FFS Raider Chassis Pro for our M21 build. This is going to be, you can see the differences. This gives it a whole different, almost lower essentially, right, along with the stock. So we're going to want the FFS Raider Chassis Elite. That's going to give us that MK14 EBR design. So that's the conversion attachment right there. Perk, we'll go ahead and skip. The ammo, what we're going to do is go with a 20 round. Standard mag for the MK14 EBR is 10 to 20 round box mag, so we'll do the 20 round. And then for the underbarrel, obviously we're going to go with that bipod. This is going to give us that crouch prone recoil control, which will help us out in situations where we need it. Again, this is kind of personal preference. You could go with a foregrip, as there were some versions that were utilized with that too for more close encounters and squads, but we'll go with the bipod just to give it that look that we want and use it as a DMR. So this is our final product. So key attachments here, the barrel, we want an 18-inch barrel, which it comes with by default. So if you want to use this Forged Tech Elite somewhere else, this is also an 18-inch barrel, but if you wanted the default barrel, you can see the length is still the same, so you could go ahead and do a muzzle, a laser, or even a perk on there if you wanted. But we're going to go with the Forged Tech Elite just because that is going to give us faster ADS speed, which we could always want, right? So, and then the FFS Raider Chassis Elite stock is going to give us the MK14 EBR stock, along with the, you can see it changes the whole lower of the weapon, and it gives us that that aluminum look that the whole EBR has. So that is our final build. We have the aluminum body now with this stock that we chose here, and that gives it a whole different look, which I like. You see there's your M14 build just by with the one stock or the base stock, and then you have these different aluminum frames here, so you could go with an M21, MK14, M39. You have a lot of choices with this weapon. So here is our MK14 EBR Mod 0. One other tip here, if you wanted a Mod 2, you could do the 22-inch barrel. That's going to give you the MK14 EBR Mod 2. So the Mod 2 and some other variants after the Mod 1 came with a 22-inch barrel. But for our build, Mod 0, we're going to go with the 18-inch barrel. So this is our final build, MK14 EBR Mod 0. So this should be the similar build, if not the same, as what was in Modern Warfare 2, as well as MW3. So This is it. Let's go ahead and get it in game now, and we're going to check out the recoil patterns, and then we'll see how it performs in game against bots also. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so now that we're in game with our M14 EBR Enhanced Battle Rifle Mod 1, what we'll do is go ahead quickly and we're going to check out just some different recoil patterns, and then we'll go ahead and get it in game and see how it performs. So first off, for our DMRs and snipers, I'd like to get somewhere around here to do the testing on this wall. So what we'll do first, standing, and we're just going to let it rip a couple shots and see what the recoil looks like without controlling it. So you can see it has a bit of muzzle climb there, not controlling it. Okay, so it climbed pretty heavily. Can't really get 2 follow-up shots accurately with that. So now if we control it standing, do like 3 shots here. Not too bad. Let's crouch. Much more accurate. And then prone, if we can get away from this bush. We'll go here for our prone. And then if we don't control recoil or hold breath in prone, let's see what the recoil is. Okay, so let's take a look. So, different ways to fire this. Obviously, standing, controlling it, you can see when I'm not controlling it versus controlling it, it's still all over the place. Not really the way you want to shoot that unless you're aiming lower torso. And then we have our crouch shots and our prone shots, so much more accurate there. Looks a lot better. Okay, so now that we're in game with our MK14 EBR Mod 0, we're going to go ahead and test this out and see how it performs. Try and get some decent ranges here. So what I'll do to start is I'm going to fire this thing on crouch, and we'll obviously control and try to get our kills. So 2-shot kill right off the bat. That's obviously more of a medium distance. 2-shot kill again. So you're able to double tap pretty quick there. You can see I can just tap off 2 and hit him right in the body. It's going to give me that 2-shot kill, right? This is going to be a close range. Again, we have that toggle with a variable zoom on this, so we're able to get that 3.25 to 8 time. And you can see at this distance, it's absolutely just a 2-shot kill. And it's wrecking these guys. See if we can get some headshot. 1. Yeah, so it's 2 shots to the head also. You're not going to get a 1-shot head kill. But with this is obviously a very viable sniper role it could play also, as well as the DMR role that we're playing with this here. That was a 1-shot kill to the head. I hit the body first there, so I missed the head. So it looks like a 1-shot to the head. Well, yep, 1 shot to the head. So if you're accurate enough, this is your sniper role. It can absolutely play here. One shot to the head. Okay, let's reposition now, and we'll see if we can get... I want to get it. We want to get it in prone. Would be good. And see how it performs in prone if we don't have to control the recoil as much at a decent range here. Hopefully these guys come this way. Here we go. Oh, prone Brock. Let's see. Okay. There we go. So you can see I don't really have to control it too much there. And even at a close range like that, it can definitely perform well enough, right? So if you can be able to get your 2 shots off right there, CQB, just hip firing that thing. There's this guy. 1 shot to the head. So if you're accurate with your shots, this thing's gonna crush people, right? 1 shot to the head, 2 to the body. Seems to be just about at any distance. 2 to the body, unless we can get a longer range here to test. But obviously the MK14 EBR is a variant of the M14, which has been in service since 1959, I believe it was. So this is a variant of that. Darn. There we go.
Payback. Radar drone ready for escort.
One to the head. So obviously firing that standard 7.62 NATO rounds with this, the MK14. Missed both of those. So again, as I was saying, variant of the M14 has been in service since 2002, I believe, when it was started in development. Good thing about those 20-round mags, you can spam fire at close range. So if you run into somebody that's not able to shoot accurately, you can kind of save yourself there with that 2-shot kill. 1, 2. See if we can get this guy at longer range. I think I missed his head there that first shot. So this thing definitely drops people quick. I like this weapon a lot. So let's get into some of the stats. It was in service since 2002 through present. Started in 2001 when the United States Naval Operations Special Forces, U.S. Navy SEALs, and Delta put in a request to have a modified version of the M14. So they needed something that was, let's see, they needed basically a compact version of the M14. So the M14 had that 22-inch barrel that we talked about in the beginning of the video, and by 2-shot kill at that range. So but the Mod 1 had an 18-inch barrel by default. Later variants went back to a 22-inch barrel, but the 18-inch barrel was the more favored version among the military. There we go. Got him. So the mass... Oh. There we go. Oh no, we're getting wrecked. So the mass is 11.24 pounds, length 35 inches, barrel length, as I said, 18 inch for the Mod 0, 22 inches for the Mod 1, and also the EBR-RI, which is another variant of this weapon. The cartridge 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO, gas operated rotating bolt design. Oh boy. There we go. Rate of fire on this. Wow, that was close. There we go. Okay, so the rate of fire depends on the shooter, obviously. 725 rounds per minute. The muzzle velocity, 853 meters per second. Effective range is 500 meters. Maximum firing range, 2.5 miles. And the feed system, as we covered, is that 10 to 20 round box mag, right? And sights are modified. Oh. Sights are modified iron sights, but normally with a telescopic optic like a sniper scope, or in this case, we have a variable zoom to give it more versatility with the weapon itself. So, 2-shot kill, just about at any range it seems. 1 shot to the head, just making this a very deadly weapon. 1. Come on, get rid of that riot shield for me. 2. So 1 shot kill. Looks like no matter what the range is. And the good thing about that variable zoom is if you're sniping on something like a voice disc or a long range map like that, this definitely fills that role. So there's actually a lot of different variants of this. There's the Mod 0, Mod 0 M14 SE. Oh my gosh. Shotgun. Mod 1, Mod 2. Then there's also the M39 EMR, which I believe was adopted by the Marines instead of the MK14. There's also the M14 EBR-RI, M14 EBR-RI NM, and the M14T. So a lot of different variants with this, all fielding a 18 to a 22-inch barrel. So in this case, we have the Mod 1 with that 18-inch barrel by default, right?
We're just getting started.
And you can see this thing definitely hits really hard. Let's see if we can get back over here for some prone shots. There we go. So let me know what you guys think of this weapon. I know a lot of you guys requested this one. Very similar build to the M21 we did. Again, you can make this into an M39 EMR also, but this really fits the MK14 Mod 0 look. You can make it a Mod 2 by putting that 22-inch barrel on it. It's going to be the same build as this with that 22-inch barrel, and you have a Mod 2. Whoop. Thank you. Let me know what you guys think of this weapon. Do you like this build? Have you used it in-game before? I know a lot of you have been questioning this. You can be a DMR or a sniper role. So I'm curious how many of you are using it as a sniper role, mainly on something like a ground war to voice district or something like that. You can see right there, it just shreds, right? 2-shot kill. It's a really good gun. So let me know what you think. Also, leave your recommendations for future weapon builds that you want to see for conversions. If you have any conversions that you think we can make in-game, be sure to let me know, and we'll try and build it also. I think we're going to be doing another series. We're going to be building, like, just your suggestions. I'll do best builds for particular weapons. And then I'll also do, I think I'm going to be doing something like a series. We'll build weapons from past CODs, Battlefield series, and Medal of Honor series, and Rainbow Six also. And just more of a cosmetic series versus a full conversion series. And then obviously when more weapons come out, we'll be picking up things there. We have some rumored weapons that are coming shortly. So right here you can see we're filling that close quarters role that the weapon also has. It's fielded for DMR role as well as a more close quarters role also. There we go. So 2-shot kill, you just gotta control your recoil if you're standing like that. You need to be cautious with that.
Less than a minute.
But let me know what you guys think. Be sure to follow me on Twitch down below. Be sure also to get a hold of me on Instagram or Twitter if you're looking to get a reply quick. Usually I'll get back to you no matter what, but if you want to get a hold of me quick, that's the place. Also be sure, like I said, the Twitch will be live streaming on weekends over there as well as on here for YouTube. And if you're not already subscribing, you're liking the content, and you want to see future content, be sure to sub as well as like the video. It definitely helps out up-and-coming smaller channels like mine here. So as a lot of you guys have pointed out, we went from like 1.5 thousand all the way up to 5,500. So I thank everybody a lot for that. But I am Buffering Gaming. This is the M14 EBR Mod 0. Let me know what you guys think below. Let me know if you like this build, what builds you want to see coming. And until next time, Buffering Gaming. Where'd this guy go? Out.
Gotcha, you fucker.